Hi everyone, Smalltown Girl 13 with droidforums.net and our sister site note2forum.com. Definitely check us out at either of those sites for everything related to your Galaxy Note 3 and or any Android device that you might have. Wanted to do a quick video on the Galaxy Note 3 today that I was able to pick up on the Verizon network yesterday. Kind of wanted to show what was in the box, kind of a size comparison between the Note 3 and the Note 2, as well as a few highlights from the Note 3, and then kind of what my overall first impressions are of the device. So let's get started. In the box is a standard wall charger. I think we saw this with our Note 2. However, the USB charging cord is different. USB on one end connects into the charger. And then on the other end is, of course, the new Samsung charging port. Has the two pieces on it, to connect to the phone. I did try some other USB chargers. The phone seemed to function fine and charge fine with them. It did have a little bit of an issue with one of the Motorola chargers, but most of the generics, the Note 2, those chargers worked fine. I'm sure everybody may have some different outcomes, but so far it seemed that you would be able to charge with just a standard USB charger, micro USB charger. Also in the box is the standard pamphlets, get to know your phone, consumer information, warranty, and then we had these S Pen tips and tweezers. So you are able to switch out S Pen tips if you feel that it's getting worn or whatever. So this was in there. We did not get those with the Note 2, so that was good to see in the Note 3. Onto the actual phone itself, Galaxy Note 3. Definitely squared up a little bit. I like the edges. I like the squareness of it. I like the back plate. Popping off the back plate looks pretty similar to what we've seen with the Note 2, the big battery. However, the SD card and the SIM card are there on top of each other versus they were side by side. So anyway, the cover is still plastic, but it does feel better, has a little bit of texture on it. I like the stitching, simulated stitching around the edges. So definitely a great device. Stacking it up with the Note 2, you can see that it's a little bit thinner. It's definitely more square, not as round as the Note 2. And then when it comes to actual screen, you can see there's just a little bit of like they said, just a little bit of an increase there. When you turn the phone on, the screen on the Note 3 is amazing. Outside, it was wonderful to use yesterday. Didn't have to turn up the brightness. It was very clear. Definitely was, in my opinion, better than the Note 2. So again, we have the lock screen here. At the top, if you swipe to the left, you can add additional widgets. You do have to turn that on in settings of on the phone. You have to turn that on. But then you can add additional widgets. Scroll through whatever you want. I have not tested to see how many you could actually add, but you know, I would assume you could make your little heart content. If you swipe to the right, then you have your favorite apps, and you can change this to where you could just swipe to the right and have just the camera. But it does expand your widgets too, so you can get more information for your weather, calendar, whatever. And then to actually unlock the device is just slide down here. Back on the home screen, I am running Apex Launcher. TouchWiz was nice, but it just only lasted about 15-20 minutes on my device, and I go to the launcher that I am the most familiar with and what I've been using the longest. Let's get into settings and go over a few things that vary on this phone versus the Note 2. You know, the big thing is probably, we get in here, it is running 4.3. We knew that it would be coming out of the box, but there it is. One of the nice things that was added on this device is an icon glossary. And so if you have one of those icons that show up in your status bar and you just are not quite sure what it is, there it is. So you can scroll through, find that icon, and kind of have an idea what it was related to. So I thought that was a nice addition to the phone itself. Going back in here to settings, if you plan to pick up the S View cover, this little area right here allows you automatic unlock, what color do you want the window, and then of course what info do you want shown in the cover, weather, walking mate, etc. A lot of that though is still similar to what we had with the Note 2. Samsung keyboard on this phone seems to be a little bit better spacing on the keys, and the numbers was definitely a nice improvement. If you like the Samsung keyboard, has the swipe feature, a lot of good features there that makes it a pretty top keyboard. If you go into your lock screen, here's where you're able to add your multiple widgets, and then also deciding if you want favorite apps or camera on that swipe to the right. You would set that right here. Clock widget options, then you get owner information and personal message, and this you can add a personal message to the top of your phone. You can choose the color, the font that you want to use, and then also if you want to remove the date or the time. Unlock effect, watercolor or ripple. We were used to the ripple. Watercolor seems to be new, or at least I don't remember that on my stock Note 2. Display is pretty much the same. You're able to change your wallpaper for either lock screen or home screen. Font, there are 4 or 5 fonts that are pre-loaded on the device, but you're able to get more out of the Play Store, which is the Get Fonts Online. Just if you tap that, it takes you to the Play Store. And the packs that are downloaded, there's several that are free, there's some that are paid, so it's kind of what all works good for you. If you notice that my bottom keys have not been lighting up when I press them, I do have that turned to off, so you are able to do that. Turn them on, turn them off, how long you would like them to stay on. So that's there. That's similar to what we had. And then of course, like I said, most of it's pretty similar to what we had with the Note 2, if you were used to the Note 2, or pretty similar to any Android settings. The S Pen, when you pull it out, you do get the Air Command window, but the S Pen itself goes in multiple ways. Not multiple ways, but you don't have to have it a certain way like you did on the Note 2. So again, we've seen several videos on the window. I think this is probably one of my favorites. These are the apps that we have access to with the S Pen window. I can close that out. We do have multi-window. This time around we do have several apps though that are available, some that you have downloaded as well as any stock apps. And you are also able to edit what you want. If you want something in there, you drop and drag, and if you want it out, you drop. Click done, and you're good. Also, I noticed if you add your apps in, you are able to tap here on the blue dot, and it gives you several options. You can switch the application, switch the window, drag and drop content, and close the window. So, and then you are also able to increase and decrease the size of the windows. Light flow is working on my device without any issues. I was able to get that set up. So anyway, I think that's pretty much it for the highlights. Again, I can't say enough about the phone. The screen, especially in the daylight, was very impressed with. Even in darker situations, certainly no complaints. The phone is fast, transitions, feels good in hand. I really can't see anything that I will not like about the phone in a week's time. So check back. Hopefully we'll have another video, and thanks for watching today. Thanks.